All right. We're going to be all traditional here and do something that many other people do, but not as good as us. That's a little Oscars preview.
No, no,
Allison,
no, no, no. We're reviewing the Oscars before the show. I thought
right.
it's just not a preview.
Yeah, but no one has been able to. It's like other things we review that people have seen, but no one has seen the Oscars because you couldn't unless you had a time machine, which would be awesome.
Yeah, but we are reviewing it as if we've seen it.
Oh, are we? Okay,
Well,
yeah.
that's what I thought we were doing. I guess we're not on the same page. It's cool.
Um, this is embarrassing. Embarrassing for you all to have to see this. I'm sorry, but it happens.
Too often. Anyway, I thought that Hugh Jackman was a terrible host. He was pompous. He wasn't wearing pants. He was full of himself in a way that's different than just pompous. And he kept forgetting people's names.
I thought it was cool though the way he opened all the Oscar envelopes with his Wolverine claws. I was like, yeah, tear that envelope open with your claw.
Yeah, but the first time I saw that, I thought it was cool. But then it's like fifth hour, sixth hour. Like, how many times are you gonna do it?
As many times as he needs to with the claw.
I guess. What did you think of all the big song and dance numbers?
I don't know. I thought you were going to ask me about the big hair, which I also loved. Throwback. Who knew that it would be like, the series Dynasty from the 80s.
Or like that movie Baby Boom. It was like all Baby Boom or Ruthless People. That movie too.
Yeah, it was like all the beehives and a lot of the actresses still wore their hair in rollers, which was a bold thing, and I liked it. It's like casual and also kind of appropriate for the times because it's like we don't have the money in this recession to do our hair. To go to like $100 professionals, so we're just doing it ourselves in rollers and not even taking them out. I thought it was a touching
Bold.
statement.
I thought
Touching
it was
statement.
brave and humbling. And I thought the way they're like, we don't have enough money to put our bras on under our dresses, we're going to wear them over our dresses.
Right. Or wear shoes barefoot.
Yeah, that was like kind of gross.
Well, I thought they could have washed their feet if they knew they were going barefoot.
Well, but no, we discussed this. They might have had clean feet when they showed up, but then walking around they get dirty.
But when we discussed this, you said in California everyone has like immaculate floors, so that doesn't happen. Are you
right.
taking
I'm
that
hoist
back?
on my own petard here. I am. Take it back.
So
Take it back.
I thought it was like they were styling it that way for sympathy, and I just thought that was over the top. Like foot grime is just it's not cool, especially to pander to your audience.
See what's happening here? The Oscars wore me out. 12 hours. In this economy, it's not appropriate. I mean, already like the whole gala thing and the gala thing and the gift bag and the gifting suite and the gifting sooty, which is how you pronounce sweet if you pronounced it wrong. And the big parties, I don't know.
I thought they just figured they had rented the theater out already and they'd paid for their dinner, so they might as well extend it and get as much footage out of it as they possibly could. So I can kind of understand that. But the fact that 2.5 hours of it was collected home movies of Heath Ledger, like just everything that they could find, like, camera phone, little 30-second snippets that like Joaquin Phoenix had recorded at some random premiere. It was just I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it.
That's because you can't handle sentimentality. Like, that was the one part of the whole 12-hour ceremony that I actually thought was touching. Those are the best 2.5 hours of the whole thing, I thought.
Yeah, it's like a Mars Venus thing, I guess. I loved the claws, and you loved
the sap.
The Heath Ledger sap. And then for him to not even win the Oscar after that, it just seemed cruel.
Yeah. It did, and I heard a lot of money changing hands. A lot of people lost the Oscar bet on that one. How'd you do in your office Oscar pool?
I saw through it. I knew all along that one of the other people in that category was going to win.
Or maybe all of them. You knew that all of them were going to win.
Yeah, the collective win, the four-way tie, except for Heath Ledger. I did not see that coming, I have to say, and it was almost like a deliberate slap in the face.
Yeah, I
Except
mean
you're
happiness.
slapping a dead guy in the face that doesn't even have a face left. It's just because it's probably just skeleton at this point. So it's just like that was just weird and morbid.
Tasteful. It's tasteful, Dustin. Really put a fine point on that one.
I was
I
emphasizing the fact that Heath Ledger's dead. Have you heard that Heath Ledger's dead? If you haven't heard, Heath Ledger's dead.
Okay, here's the thing. Someone close to him might watch this vlog on my blog, and then they'll just think that we're horrible people.
I know. Well, Michelle Williams is your Brooklyn neighbor, right? So she probably is overhearing
Shh,
this.
I don't want them to know that I live in Brooklyn. Just kidding.
It's
I'm in Brooklyn
embarrassing
right
when
now.
Michelle Williams like camps outside your house and is like trying to meet you and like pick up newspapers that you threw away and
She's a
stuff.
very, very demanding friend. Like, I'm happy to know her, love the girl to death, but I need my space sometimes, you know?
Me too. Even though she does tend to give me lots of it, as in like I've
Too much.
never seen her, but but it's cool. I mean, I'm glad that she has anticipated that if we were to ever meet, I would want space, and that she's already giving it to me.
She's good
So
like that, yeah.
yeah, maybe it's like again, like it's just she knows how to relate to dudes that she hasn't met, but not to women that she hasn't.
Maybe it's a Mars Venus thing.
Yeah.
My Venus
Well,
Venus.
Venus Mars Venus because she's a Venus, so it'd be like a Venus Mars Venus or Venus Mars Venus Venus.
You're saying she has a Venus?
I've heard.
Grody.
I've heard. I can't confirm.
Right. But enough about my buddy who doesn't know me, Michelle Williams. I think that
Also, the
I just
best song
expected.
win for Bon Iver, who wasn't even nominated. I mean, when's the last time you've seen a write-in candidate take an Oscar? That was thrilling.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was awesome.
Yeah.
An awesome moment in an otherwise not awesome Oscars. Sorry, little gold man.
Wow us next year.
Please.
You owe us.